Welcome back to another video. It is Monday, y'all's favorite update videos, and I know I've said it before. This is going to be a short one. It is very late at night on Monday, but I insisted I wanted to get this done. But I have been running so many tests right now with this new WB200 I got. Look, it's making my hair go gray. I'm getting a haircut tomorrow. I can guarantee it. In between work and in between testing this WB200, you're all about to start seeing this code right here a lot. And it's not because of everything I have going on in life. My preliminary test right now on this WB200 is, it's not a joke, it's not a fad, it's not a whatever. It's the real deal. And everything I've thrown at it right now on DIY devices, antennas and SDRs and stuff like that, no matter if this is the 3.3 dBi that came with that antenna. If y'all seen that video, still got my Wingbits sticker on it. Yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting video. Very interesting video when that comes out. You can't miss it. So welcome to another video. If y'all haven't did it yet, please make sure you hit that like button. It really helps me out a lot. And also subscribe. I'm very close to 30,000 subscribers. For those who are new, welcome. I'm the Grumpy Dad, and I fit the name perfectly. It was earned and given to me by many people, and figured why not use it for YouTube. You know, on Mondays we cover a lot of projects and stuff like that. But again, it's 9 o'clock at night already, and I've been outside. It's already 90 degrees during the day back in South Louisiana, even though it's April. And I'm tired. Y'all know sometimes I get a little too personal, as my wife says, but y'all know I've been very sick. Last week was in bed for 2 days. Barely made out of bed Thursday night from my live. Went back in the bed for 2 days. Went to the hospital. They ran some tests, and I need surgery. So please donate some crypto to the Don't Let Grumpy Die in the Hospital because he can't pay his bill. No, I'm just joking. You know, if you can't laugh about it, what can you do? You know, I have a lot going on with my kids and stuff right now, and this is just bad timing. And for those who don't know, I am very close with my kids, and I just have a thing with surgery. If anybody who knows me, I have the worst luck in the world. I've always joked that I can die. I can be the 1% person that dies from a tonsillitis surgery. So, you know, but I got to do something because my stomach feels like I'm smuggling a bowling ball underneath it, and it's not good. So we'll see. We'll see what the doctor says. But I ran some tests today, and it doesn't look promising. So, you know, we'll get out with nothing major. You know, it's a surgery. I just, I got a thing against death, and, you know, I want to be there for another 30 years, making everybody's life grumpy. And, it's been weighing on my head all day. So I'm kind of glad that I've been busy doing these tests and these Wingbits devices and stuff like that. Keep my mind off of things for right now. My daughter's softball team, if y'all know from last year, is going back to the state championship. So that's coming up later this week. So that'll keep my mind off of that. You know, then right after that, my son's graduating high school, and my son and I'll tell everybody he's my best friend. And looking back at some pictures, putting some pictures together when he was very, very small, and going hunting and fishing together when he was, you know, 4, 5, 7, 6, 7, 8 years old. Yeah, I ain't gonna try to even be tough to y'all. It's a lot. There's a lot going on right now. So on top of all this crypto stuff, it's emotional. You know, you get all excited. It's going up, going down, going sideways, and stuff like that. And you know, it's a lot of stuff. So we're going to go over just a very quick overview on a lot of these projects. A lot of these projects don't have a lot of big news right now. They're just chugging along, or we're kind of waiting on news and that kind of stuff like that. But going back to what I said at the top of the hour, these WB200s, I don't have an MGW310, but these WB200s, I got one from Wingbits. I thank those guys a lot. I mentioned that in my last week's video. I don't know what they put inside of them. There's a small part of me, like an idiot, wants to take it apart and dissect it and you know, whatever you want to call it, and deconstruct it, because this thing works, and it's not even close. It's like, again, I don't want to give away my video too much because I want y'all to watch the video, of course. But telling you, if I wasn't poor as hell right now, y'all know I also mentioned I just did my taxes like 2 weeks ago, and apparently screwed up something somewhere along last year because I owed a tax man a couple of G's. You know, on top of everything else, I'm surprised my stomach's not just not a ulcer hole from all the stress I'm in right now. You know, I didn't try to shortcut taxes. My work was supposed to be taking out extra to make up for the other stuff I'm into, and you know, even though you take out several thousand extra, it wasn't enough apparently. So, you know, I don't know how I don't have a hole the size of the Grand Canyon in my stomach right now. So, with all that positivity in life, hey, you wonder why I'm grumpy all the time. Like this is my life. It's always something. It is always something going on. You know, and if there wasn't going on, we'd be getting a hurricane and destroying half the house, you know, because that was 2-3 years ago. It's always something. Always. So let's get started on some of these projects. Let's see what the crypto market is doing right now. Maybe they'll give you some good news. And you know, if you can't smile and laugh about it, what can you do? So first things first, as you can see up here, Grumpy has a new Discord. After several requests, people want to make a Discord. So I made a Discord. I made some videos about it just to let everybody know. In the description below will be a link that you can join. That link doesn't expire. So, you know, Discord is new to me as far as being an admin of a server. I've been in Discord since 2018. And you know, you've made it when you start having the bots and the scammers copy your user ID and stuff like that, and trying to get people to join them as a friend and join trading bots and stuff like that. And I've had to tell people, look, I ain't got time to run a Discord server, let alone start a bot service or anything like that. So, you know, come join the GrumpyDad crypto community Discord server. And as you can see, you know, we have all the projects here, all the projects in that we discuss. If some people wanted, you know, me to add it, I kind of look into it a little bit. And, you know, like Or's a new one to me, but there's several people who are involved in it. So I added it. Wob was a new one to me. I'm looking into that one. Very, very new. You're probably going to start seeing some videos from me on this when life calms down a little bit. But, you know, we talk about several of our projects. And if there's a project that I don't really know too much about it and I can't get no feedback from anybody on, I'll just put it this others, you know, not listed channel. You know, we have our third-party software. If you're looking for a host or want to host something, there's channels for that. Channels for stuff that's not crypto related. You know, come check it out. Again, there is a link in the Discord below, and I appreciate all the people supporting. I just hit 105 members in 2 weeks. I think it's been about 2 weeks. So that's awesome. Like I can't believe it, to be honest with you. So between that and almost hitting, I should be at 30,000 subscribers maybe this week on YouTube if it keeps growing. I'm trying to hit more of these videos and doing some shorts again. I did a short earlier. So, you know, and I'll talk about that when I get to that project section. So, you know, if y'all can join that, I appreciate it. So let's go ahead and keep rolling. So one positive we got is the Bitcoin chart. You can see that it is, we did our last video last Monday, which should have been like the 21st. We were at 87,000 and it's going up into the 90s as of, you know, was it Wednesday, Thursday? And even though it's been sideways, it's still, I'll take 95,000. It's funny to hear these YouTubers who, you know, 2-3 weeks ago, the bottom, you know, when's the bottom, and we're not going to have a bull market, and we missed the bull market. It's not going to be all. And then now they flip their script so fast with the bottom's in. We going to the moon. Get ready for this ride and all this stuff, like as if we're not going to have another dip again. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know I'm a straight shooter. We're going to dip again. We're going to go up. We're going to dip, and we're going to go up, and we're going to dip like it's a dance. And it's a dance that either the bulls are putting us through or FOMO or whatever. and you just got to be along for the ride. This is why we DCA into things. Solana is up to 150 something at one point, back down to 140. I'm into VET, and I was telling you to buy VET when it was down at 0.019, under 2 cents, and it's at 0.027. Another one you're seeing a resurgence on. Some of y'all laughed at me. I did a video, I'd say about early in the month, sometime around the 7th, 8th, about cryptos you can see a 5x in and blah, 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 stuff like that. And number 5 crypto, y'all, some of y'all laughed at me. But if y'all would have put in when I did this video, y'all would have almost doubled your money already. Helium was at 211, 220, 220, 230 down here. And we're at $4. We were at 440. So right here, that's a double your money right there. You could took your initial investment out, rode the bags, moon bags, as Wendio calls it. So that is one thing that you could have looked at. That's about enough for the market right now. I haven't really been following that deep into what's going on with that. You listen to Tyler, y'all know I like Tyler a lot on YouTube, and he says the bears are about to be extinct. So that's all I need to know. So here we're going to go in our projects. Again, this is going to be a quick video. I'm doing a lot of testing. I want to go outside, and I'm still playing around with this Wingbits station. So I'm sorry to tell you this, but this is going to be a shorter video. I'll pause when I think that they got something important to say, but really, there's been hardly any price movement, hardly any news with hardly any of these projects right now. This is going to be kind of an off week, but we're going to start with Entropy. Entropy is still number one. Still doing about $8, 130,000 tokens a day mining. Price has been about the same. It was a little bit lower last week, but it's come up a little bit. But we're still at about $8 a day mining. And I'm telling y'all, I got a very big bag of Entropy. Nothing, none of this is financial advice, and I'll tell y'all all the time. Grumpy sells tokens when Grumpy's ready to sell tokens. I'm not warning anybody. I usually have my little I didn't post my little warning to everybody. Anybody who might be new here. Grumpy sells tokens when he's ready, when his back pocket dictates. And I just gave y'all all the sob story of everything going on in my life right now. I'm going to a work conference next week. I don't know how that's even going to go. I kind of need the vacation away, but it's going to be hard to be away from a lot of this stuff. I got too much going on right now, but hey, it is what it is. Grumpy's going to sell tokens when Grumpy's ready to sell tokens. And a lot of stuff going on in my life right now. I can make a lot of them problems go away just by selling Entropy. Now I'm holding on to it. Check again with me next week because, my tax problems will go away instantly with my Entropy bag. It's a great project. Cool bunch of people involved in it. We have Entropy A starting at some point. There's not really been any news on that. I know they're still, doing the NFT stuff. I have a Entropy channel in my Discord, of course, where you can get all their announcements and stuff like that. But I don't know when they're coming out with their new miner. I want one of their new miners. So I'm going to try to get one of those, show it off to y'all. That's the Ashler. I'm curious to see if that's going to be making kind of the same thing that the ESP32 is going to make, or is it going to be kind of like this Wingbits thing where if you get their device, it's tweaked out a little better, peaked out, whatever word you want to use. We'll have to wait and see. But, Entropy, I'm going to keep plugging along with it. GeoDNet is the first kind of real deep in actual physical network on this list. Price is about 22 cents right now. Again, that's been kind of stable. Yeah, last week at this time, it was 21 cents. It's at 22 cents now. We're still making about $5, a little more than $5 a day right now, mining Geo. There is a halving coming in the next couple of months. cringing over that, but hey, it is what it is. If you'd like just a GeoDNet standby station, if you have a Wingbits already and you don't need the combination device, you can use my code at highfix.ai or Helium Deploy to get a discounted GeoDNet station. Help a brother out. So I'll tell you how before, the same code that's right here will work on a GeoDNet standalone station. So I'm sorry I'm shilling this stuff to you so hard, but hey man, times are bad. But I support these projects. It ain't like I'm just out here shilling them just to shill them. Like, I support these projects. The more people that are involved in it, Wingbits is a little disclaimer with that, but most of these projects, the more people involved in them, the more chances of success they have for making it. So, that's GeoDNet. For those in GeoDNet, there is a AMA coming up on May 15th. We got 2 weeks to get ready for that. I will try to listen in. I would like to get more and more involved in the GeoDNet project. While I have been mining with them for, let's say, close to a year, I think. Still want to keep up to date with what's going on with them. I haven't really followed them as much like I do Wingbits and some of these other ones. So they do have that. Another thing is always to stay on top of when these hexes come open. Hexes with staking, there are people making some very good income and rewards from that. You have to be very fast. You're going to have to stay in their Discord constantly looking for that, because when they're staking available in new hexes, it feels like that. That's how great it is. So you can keep on top of that. Next is going to be Junkcoin. Junkcoin's prices come up a little bit. We're making now about $1.30 a day. Talking to the people at Junkcoin today, you are going to see probably a video within the next couple of days, maybe a week or so. There's a lot of new changes coming with this project. Good changes, kind of following, like Entropy with, for the new people coming in, you're going to need an NFT. The people who have already been mining from the beginning, like myself, you will get I think it's like a founder's NFT. So that will give you the cred that you need to keep mining. One of the big announcements that they had is they are going to be starting dual mining soon with the ESP32. As far as I know, they're one of the few projects, like, if any, that is actually dual mining 2 different types of tokens with that ESP32 device. You will be mining Junkcoin, but you're also, the plan is that you will be mining into a Bitcoin pool. Kind of like, you know that these ESP32s ain't gonna have a lot of hash, but their idea is if they have, I only want to guess how many people are currently mining Junk. If you have 100 people mining Junk right now, those 100 people can dual mine, and they'll be mining into this Bitcoin pool, which now you're putting all that hash power together, giving you a better chance of finding a solo, block. The idea is that if they get a solo block of Bitcoin, they will then take that, what's Bitcoin worth today? $90-something thousand. They will take that Bitcoin, $95,000 Bitcoin, and buy 95,000 worth of liquidity into the Junkcoin pool. That's big. It's like somebody go and buy $95,000. They're putting that into that liquidity, which is going to really help that price. I have been collecting my Junkcoin, but I've also been burning some of my Junkcoin. Burning that Junkcoin is going to get rid of some of these zeros. There'll be a lot of burning, a lot of liquidity brought into it, but stay tuned for a big update video coming at some point with Junkcoin. If you're interested in getting in this project, at $1.30 a day, it's still a top 4 project out of the 13, 14 projects that we're in right now. So get involved in that Discord. They like to see people active in that Discord before they give them a cred. You will have to get a replacement cred when that dual mining starts. So you're going to have to replace your cred that you have on your ESP32 device now with one of these new ones to do dual mining, but there's supposed to be some kind of incentive to get you to do it. I think it's incentive enough of trying to help them solar mine a Bitcoin so that they can go buy that liquidity. I think that's how much more incentive you need. You're in this project, but we know how some people think if their back pocket isn't benefiting, they don't want to go through the trouble. But I think that's huge for this project. They're doing some positive changes, and I know they also talking about doing some kind of games or something like that where you can either get bonuses to get more rewards and stuff, more incentives to do their pools and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. There'll be a big update video for Junkcoin, but junkcoin.lol is their website. If you can go check them out, they have documentation. They have a link for the Discord that you can join. Deck screener and anything you want to see, the console if you start mining. But junkcoin.lol is their website that you can start looking into for if you want to get in that project. All right, WeatherXM, no big price increase also. They were at 21 cents last week. They're at 22 cents now. Hey, at least they're not going down. We're making about 44 cents per station. At least I am on my first station. I have now just added a second a WeatherXM station. Yes, that's right, a WeatherXM station. Somebody needed one hosted. Didn't cost me anything. He sent it to me. Stuck it up. I did a short today. If y'all go look at my short today, depending on when this airs, on Monday, I did a short of that new WeatherXM station. We worked out a little deal. So I'm getting rewarded for that. Again, didn't cost me anything. I was thinking about, again, if I had the money, WeatherXM's another easy one. Hey, the rewards ain't the greatest, but the bull market, you never know what's going to happen. 44 cents. If it goes up some, it could be make almost $1 a day. Who knows? This one was the D1 station, where before I had the one that had the I think it was an M1 or something like that with a small little device. This has got the D1 with the bigger screen on it, and I don't know if y'all can even see it, but it's y'all can't see it. It's a much bigger, brighter screen, and I like this D1 a lot better. And if I was going to buy a new one tomorrow, it would probably be this D1. The Helium one costs the same thing, but the Helium one, you don't even get a display. It doesn't make any sense, even though I'd like to support the Helium project. So when you go look at the what the Discord looks like, there is some type of thank you for the survey that you did. So if you participated in this survey, you can go and look for your email address. I don't see one that says Grumpy on it. So I'm thinking Grumpy didn't win. Again, the bad luck is a Luna and the WeatherXM email. Who's got a WeatherXM email if you don't work with WeatherXM? So they get an extra 50 WXM via airdrop to the wallet, which is not bad. What's 50? That's going to be $25. No. 15 bucks. Hey, whatever. So that's a cool update for them and stuff like that. That's about it for them. But thanks to everybody who supported that. Moving on to Helium. Again, the big news with Helium is their price action. It's almost doubled since our last video. $4. It's over $4. We just saw that. My stations are making close to 41 cents a day. I had to go check the math on that. This is now above $4, so it might even be, I did these updates earlier, might even be a little bit more than that. So watch out. Here comes Helium's big comeback. I'm all for it. I've apologized to the Helium gods, put my stations back together after yanking almost every one of them offline, and I have put them all back, as many as I could find back together, other than the horrible rock pies. Those are still gathering dust because they can't even work as a doorstop. Can't work as a Wingbits, or even BitHarvest won't even deal with them at this point. That's how bad these rock pies are that Helium came out with. So, we'll see. Hopefully slow and steady wins the race, and we can keep it. We're back. Again, I keep telling y'all, give me back the $25, $30 in the next bull run. I'll be ecstatic with the amount of helium I have. ERWIN has did some changes also. Their price is actually going up a little bit since the last video. I will say that there has been some kind of big reset because they're opening several boxes a day right now. And I was reading, trying to catch up, figure out what they were talking about the Discord with something with, 2-word passwords, 3-word passwords, open boxes. And they went back to a 2-word one when they reset it, but they're about to go back to 3-word or something like that. I don't know. Either way, the ESP32 device does the work for you. But they're opening boxes so many that the boxes they do open don't hold as many tokens because they're being opened so quick. But another thing is, like I've told you all in the past, if you don't sell, the boxes don't burn. That's the way it works. When there's a certain percentage of selling pressure, that causes the boxes to burn with the poor little kitty cat inside. That's how the whole science experiment works. I know some people don't want to hear that, but that's just the way it is. So don't sell. And people talking about that, don't sell. That's one project I haven't sold a lot of. Made a lot in it, but if you pay attention to the Grumpy Discord in the ERWIN channel, me and Just Farted is a guy who's in this project. We both have been reminding people every 3 days to go and charge your miner. Y'all know that has been an issue for me. And now between me and him, we're keeping everybody up to date on making sure those miners stay charged. The only way you're going to realize that is if you're in the Discord. So check that Discord out. Nadix, there's been really no difference in Nadix. I don't think there's been that big of a price increase. A little bit maybe, but we'll find out what Nadix is going to do for us in a couple of days when the first of the month rolls around, and we see what kind of I'm just finishing up a nitro. I think I'm ranked about 400 right now, and we'll see what that gives. Grass, I'm having an issue with Grass that I can't log into my dashboard. It tells me there's too many attempts. I don't know if that's somebody trying to hack it. I don't know if that's my BHS devices trying to log in with the issues they're having. But right now I cannot log into my Grass because it keeps telling me too many login attempts. Please try again in 59 minutes. I don't know. But, Grass price has been kind of steady. I say the same thing every week. I have just a huge issue with a project that rewards people once a year, because that's what you're averaging with this project. I don't know how they think it's going to sustain being rewarded once a year. And then once it rewards, probably sometime around July or August, that's just Grumpy's guesstimate looking at the epoch schedules. Then for the next 10, 11 months after that, you're going to have people asking, when's it rewarding again? I just can't believe that they can only reward people once a month. Once a year, every 7 or 8 epochs. But they got to do better. Honeygain pawns, y'all know my feelings on that. Any device that I'm running Grass on, I am also running I'm also running Honeygains and pawns. Somebody saw one of my all-time rewards on, I don't know if it was Honeygains and pawns, and how much I have gotten over the past 2 years with this, and they were highly impressed. And I'm like, well, I got 6 or 7 devices running these projects all together. I don't think I've ever touched the pawns side of it, or Earn app, or one of them. But Honeygains, pawns, and Earn app, I'm running on every one of those Grass devices. Some of those on BitHarvest. Debo, we saw a very smaller price increase. The price says 12 or 13%, but it really was at 0.068. It's at 0.071 or 2 now. So, hey, with Demo, that's wonderful news to see that price positive action like that. Only real update that we have seen, I am up to 5 devices right now. And again, a newer one makes 11 cents a day. 11 cents a day. I got 2 of them for free from a buddy. Not from Demo, from a buddy. So I've been running 5 devices now for about 3 weeks, maybe. So with 5 devices running the last 3 weeks, and My original 3 devices for the last year, 14, 15, 16 months now, 15 months, I'm still not ROI'd on my 3 devices. I'm getting close. But I'm very close actually. But if the price action stays the same and running 5 devices, I should have ROI'd my 30 devices again next month. Hopefully. One update that they do have is they do have some kind of they changed the demo app where you can customize your vehicles now. And then if you go and tag demo and you post that car ID or whatever it is in X and tag it, they will pick 10 random people to win 500 demo each. 500 demos, $35. You know, that's not too bad. You try that out. You can show off your artwork. Soarchain, we don't know anything about Soarchain really. Price stayed about the same. I'm still having a lot of issues with this thing staying connected. I will tell you though, you'll know that I gave up the fight a while back, about 2 weeks ago, and I started staking. And I do have a screenshot somewhere. I'll try to upload it at the same time, but I'm making way better rewards staking than I am fighting with this thing, and it's staying, even if when it does stay connected. I'm doing I'm doing way better right now staking with this. I'm getting like, it's like 60-something% APR. It's crazy. I got it tied for 6 months, and what I did is I made like 300 since I started staking, and I just restaked that, compounded it, whatever you want to call it. So I'm doing very, very well in this staking. So if you are on staking right now, I mean, if you are in the Soarchain, so I'm doing 60.89%, and I'm getting 38 extra SOAR per day. Again, I'm getting more SOAR this way than I am mining it. Just give it, just to let y'all know, that's pretty good. All right, so moving on, Silencio. We know the end of the month's coming up. I am due for over 500,000 raffle tickets right now because of the amount I'm staking. I've staked basically everything we've gotten. I don't know. I think maybe May or June, probably June, when the next set of early testnet rewards are due. So I've staked all my tokens for 6 months, then 3 months, waiting for that one point, and I'll make a decision at that one point what I want to do. With the 500,000 tokens, I'm not getting excited. I mean, with the raffle tickets, I know they're going to suck. I'm trying to remain positive. But if this goes like any other raffle tickets so far every month, was it February or was it March, April, whatever, they sucked. Me and my one day I'm going to have to put an aluminum foil hat in here for conspiracy theories, or maybe you have to get Vaselino. We're developing a new hat right now. Coming up with some different designs and stuff. One that doesn't have like the face, even though I like the face because I know it's an AI generated of me once he told me that. But it kind of come up with a different design, maybe sell a couple of hats. But anyway, my conspiracy hat is that I still think influencers are flagged to get worse rewards. I'll say it. I don't give, you know what? It's my channel. I've talked to enough influencers now, enough fingers on my hand, let's just say it like that, that all of us had a large amount of raffle tickets, and it seems like we pulled duds on our raffle tickets. A certain influencer that had probably quadruple the raffle tickets I got didn't get quadruple the rewards I got. He didn't get worse than me, but let's just say it ain't right compared to what we're seeing people with way less raffle tickets. Yeah, sure, it's a raffle ticket, it's a chance. And look, I'm calling it like it is. And I'll still say you shouldn't be giving away these diamond boxes or platinum boxes, whatever the hell they are, worth 11 million tokens, which is worth like $1,000 or $1,200, $15,500 each. That's BS. And you wonder why people think this thing's fixed, that you got certain people, and I didn't really pay attention, to be honest with you, on the April drawing, but in the March drawing, some of the people who won that are people who are active in the Discord. What's the chances of that? And you wonder why we think there's something fishy going on. Now, of course, the guy who won a Tesla wasn't in the, in around there that much in the Discord, but still, I just think that this project, the people in the Discord complained a lot in that Discord before this raffle thing started about all the influencers and the amount of referrals we had. I had almost 100 referrals. You had some YouTube influencers that had way more than me. But guess what? Silencio's not advertising through Super Bowl. Y'all need influencers to get that word out. And now we're the bad guys? I've argued with this and with Chirp KAGE and some of these other ones where they complain about, oh, here you go, y'all getting referral codes, and these influencers are gonna, all they do is they make their credits off of referrals. No, not this one. I'll show y'all that I'm working my butt off on these projects. Silencio just has a bad taste in my mouth. That's why they ranked last. Luckily, you didn't have to pay to get into it. But the more and more venues that get picked up once, there's no incentive to go back to that venue again, which I'll argue with, because today that venue might have been closed or nothing going on at that venue, so it might have been quiet. Tomorrow there could be a concert or some kind of event going on, and that sound reading for that venue is way different. And you go and spend 15 to 20 seconds, whatever, scanning it, then you got to watch a 2.5. These ads are getting stupidly ridiculous, and now they're adding more ads for you to do when you first get on. I refuse to do them. Refuse to do them. Somebody's getting rich off the amount of ads that are going on, and that's not going into liquidity, clearly, or the amount of tickets we're getting, or rewards we're getting, tokens we're getting. This whole thing needs to be audited. And I'm not the only one saying that. There's a lot of people on Twitter or X and in that Discord saying it. Silencio better clean it up. Wingbits, I've talked enough about the Wingbits thing going on right now with my WB200. I cannot get over, say it again. I'm so eager to do some more testing on this, but some people still saying they still haven't got their devices, but there's a lot. I was trying to find the numbers just now quickly. I can't. There's a lot of devices that are still out there. I mean, that are out there now, deployed, set up, and I think this project's gonna be big. I've said this before, but I just have this whole renewed thing right now with this WB200. The one thing I'm gonna say again, because I'm gonna say this every video, for people who are coming on here new to this project, who are looking into getting Wingbits, and you came here to get an update on it. I'm poor, and I'm gonna tell you I'm poor, and I need all the help I can get right now. But I'm gonna tell you, do not get in this project without coming on here first and checking out this map. You cannot go into this cluster and go try to stick a station right here. Yes, I would love your code. I would love you to help you save 10%, and that helps me with my commission. I would love it right now. Trust me, right now I would love it. But you can't. You're gonna get horrible if you try to stick this in Colleyville. You're gonna hurt the people around you, and your rewards are gonna be so low. Your ROI is gonna be spread out for over a year. It's facts. If you live in Wichita Falls, use this code, please. If you take the hint, that's what I'm gonna tell you. If you're in between a whole bunch of stations, don't use the code. Go buy another Helium device. If you're in a place like Wichita Falls, please use this code when you're buying it from HiFix AI or Helium Deploy. Please. I don't know what the GeoNets look like in that station. Maybe get a combo device. But please help a brother out. If you look at this map and you look up your town and it looks like this, welcome aboard, brother, sister, mama, daddy, whatever. You know, you come into there, you're coming and looking, and you live in Clayton, wherever the hell Clayton's at. Welcome aboard. Use the Grumpy code. You know, it's you live in Kansas City. See if GeoNet's available. Use the Grumpy code. Either way, use the Grumpy code, please. No, you'll know I mess with y'all. Perfect area. This is what y'all need to look for. So you'll know I'm gonna be hitting on this a lot. Especially now I see these WB200s are going for. I mean, what they're doing. I'm gonna have a full detail on this. I'm not gonna get too deep into it. I'm gonna have a full detail on it. Just keep up with the Grumpy Discord server in the Wingbits. We're keeping up to date with what's going on. Announcements from that projects and all these projects getting pushed into there. Check it out. But also go check out the Wingbits Discord. They talk about a lot more stuff also. 375 AI. Somebody told me about 375 AI going to full mainnet soon or TGE. I don't see nothing in announcements. Somebody DM me that. I don't see nothing announcements. There's really nothing new going on with 375 AI. I'm still running that every day. I'm on a long streak. It's a very easy project. There's a code below for y'all to join. You can run it in the background on your phone. Don't have to mess with it. Once a day, I open it just to make sure it's running. It didn't update and sign me out or anything. And, you know, I'm on a pretty good pretty good streak right now with that project. BitHarvest, source code has been cited. I'm excited. He has been down and out. Family emergency. Had to even leave the country to go deal with a family emergency in another country. We're having some issues. Y'all know I'm a straight shooter. Still fully support the project. Things happen, but we're having issues with grass. Some people have had issues with helium. I had to, on one of my devices, delete helium out, put it back in. Had one of the guys look at it. It's throwing some kind of double code, trying to throw double beacons or something crazy like that. And I just kind of gave up on it, thinking, hey, source will be back sooner or later. That was a week ago. 2 days ago, started working again, no problem. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it. But anyway, but all my other projects, Wingbits, Curecoin, Honeygain, Pawns app, Earn app, and one device that is running ERWIN, running along, chugging along, making it with these other ones. Leiru, yeah, I know it's the same routine. I want to get started in it. Just need time, money, license fees, whatever. But I want to get started in it. Sourceful, a project I support. I just don't have solar panels. So that's it. I'll tell you a quick video. Also, trying to get this through. I'm going back, even though it's 9 something at night. Probably skipping on Call of Duty tonight. I'm going dig into some more of this WB200. See what else I can manipulate on it. So 2 big videos. That's why I got both their icons here. I got a Wingbits up there icon, Wingbits icon, and the Junkcoin icon. I'm gonna have 2 big videos coming up. Wingbits, Junkcoin, waiting just for them to implement a bunch of new things that's gonna really help everybody out. I think you're gonna like them. I'm very excited for this dual mining thing with the Bitcoin. I think that, hey, if maybe, I don't know, me being involved in it with my luck, it might not help the pool. But again, the more people who could take the time to switch their creds when this dual mining cred is ready is going to help build that Bitcoin mining power. Hey, if we get lucky, somehow mine that, whatever it was, Bitcoin block or whatever it is, and get that Bitcoin amount, and they can put that into liquidity, that 95,000 per Bitcoin going into liquidity of Junkcoin, I think that's going to be huge. Got to burn some more of it though. And like I said, me personally, I moved the chunk of mine to my wallet today, but I also left a chunk of it, 20% maybe. Don't call me a liar, somewhere around there, 100,000, 200,000, whatever it was. and blew that into straight. Because that's what's cool is on that dashboard they got, you can just you can simply, it ain't like Luna Classic where every month I burn some Luna Classic. You have to go and remember what the address is. With you can worry about that Junkcoin. You put them out, you press burn, and it goes over to the burn wallet. Simple. So, but this Wingbits thing that's what's on my mind. That's my crush right now. So we'll see. Hey, life's always throwing us curveballs, especially mine. There's always something going on. I got a lot going on. Family, son graduating high school, my daughter's going to the state championship, health issues, getting old sucks. I'm still in my 40s, despite what people want to think, even though I look way older than that, I'm still in my 40s, at least for another 3 or 4 months. But I'm telling you, when I get out of bed, it's like, oh, I can't figure out what hurts the most. It's like a challenge. So we'll see, man. God, whatever God has in store for us, it is what it is. I put it in His hands, and I pray that whatever happens to me, no matter if I live another week or I live to be 100, it's all in His hands, and He keeps my family safe. And my thing with all this is, yes, to live more comfortably, but also to make sure that they're taken care of. Something with all my poor health habits, that they're taken care of, and that's what it is. Goes back to a video I did a while back where what's your crypto will, or whatever you want to call it. If something happens to me tomorrow, I don't think I have anybody to get into half the stuff I got. Even though I did a video telling y'all to make sure there's somebody set up for that, I don't think I have that, because I'm getting into so much new stuff. The stuff that I've updated, some like the one friend or two friends that I have that I do trust. My wife does not know how to get into any of this stuff. None of it. And I haven't updated my friends on some of this new stuff. They wouldn't know how to get in half of it. So something that's telling you, when you get older, for those of you in your 20s and 30s, I didn't worry about none of this stuff. My age, and I thought it was just me, and I thought there was something wrong with me. But I was talking to two friends at softball they're also about my age, and they're like, dads do start realizing that stuff when they turn late 40s and 50s, especially when you start having health issues. You start laying in bed at night. You can't go to bed at night because you're worried about what's going to happen to your family. What if? I've had friends, I know friends that have died of pancreatic cancer. So I'm going to the hospital today to get tests done on my stomach and stuff, and that kind of stuff's on my mind. Luckily, it doesn't look like it's going to be something like that, but when you have a friend who goes for pancreatic cancer and told that, hey man, it's time to get your stuff straight. Like, you go in there thinking you got gallstones, or you think you got an ulcer. No, man, you got to get your stuff in order. Dude, like, I had an uncle with that. I'm telling you, I hate to make this that kind of video, but that's just what's on my mind, and just kind of preparing y'all. That's what it's like when you get older and you have kids, and your kids are getting older, and son's going off to college in a couple of months, and is he set up? It's always on your mind. So sorry to make it that kind of video, but that's just where I'm at right now. But I'm telling you, it's been a emotional roller coaster today. Between that and then this WB200, I'm like so impressed with what I'm seeing so far. Can't wait to see the rest of it. Can't wait to finish that video out for y'all. It's a lot of stuff going on. But hey man, it is what it is. You take it day by day, and we'll see what we can do. That's it. Thank y'all for watching. See y'all in the next video.